participants, and there are, let's say, there are some aspects of conversation, such as the decision papers, reference organization, topic management, journal taking, feedback, refer, procedures, opening and closing conversation, discourse, markers, and responding to. These are all aspects of the conversation. The actual adjacency papers, in order to pick up the usage of these adjacency papers in this conversation, we need to use Malala and VESAL. As I told you, it's an interviewer. Interviewer, yes. The interviewer and Malala is the interviewer. Yes. You know that's, I think you know that's Malala, and it is an important conversation we can pick up let's say actually adjacency papers, but adjacency papers can be defined according to parties and shaded. You can just say can be defined as the utterances that are produced by successive speakers, and each of them let's say others. One of the let's say one of the utterances and one in response to the first utterance, let's say happens the second part of the adjacency papers are not randomly in this conversation. There is a lot of usage that we, as an analyst, want to go to the conversation that took place between the participants of conversation. We can find a lot of, let's say, meaningful messages between, let's say, behind these usage of adjacency papers. You see, there may be a lesson, there may be a purpose, a message, a lesson, not only for the interviewer and interview, for the audience, for the people who watch, for the people who listen. So these are types of adjacency papers. When we, as the usual, when we pick up a conversation, we want to find out the use of adjacency papers as one element of the types of, let's say, aspects of conversation analysis. And adjacency papers can have also other titles. It can have, let's say, announcement, apology, assertion, assessment, delay, comment. It depends on the context of conversation. You might not find all these types of adjacency papers in any conversation. And as I told you, yes, exactly. But yeah, for let's say for analyzing the conversation, I have spoken, so we can make use of the usage and see how that usage, what the purpose behind the usage. Yeah. So in order to talk about all these, let's say, in order to find out what is the relevant objectives of this, let's say, being article is to find out how many adjacency papers are used and what are the, let's say, the message, the meaning behind the usage of these adjacency papers. Conversation this can also be used as a tool. Usually, we have the following steps in order to, let's say, in order to use as a methodology of composition analysis. We define a suitable feature, composition, either between teacher and student, but also useful for teaching purposes. I mean, between participants, natural composition, or between, let's say, interviews. First of all, we choose going that point. We download the feature, we, let's say, we then sketch. I mean, there is there, you also need, let's say, composition, and based on the aspects of these, let's say, based on the elements of conversation, we focus on the origin of the conversation. We want to reduce it. This is the methodology we want to find out what type of adjacency or what type of aspects of adjacency or what elements of conversation we can find in conversation. We need to find out, we need to download the script of the reader, and then we find the meaning behind the usage. So, why I have chosen Malala is trending topic in the world, you know, that winner of Nobel Prize, and she fought for the right for education, and she was quite inspirational for all women, not only for, let's say, for VESAL, for panel, let's say, for all, let's say, for all ages, for all religions, we can say that So that's why we have chosen this as the way to find out the use of the benefit of using these agencies first in conversation. So these are the steps that just focused in order to collect the data. We find a suitable video and then we download it, we download the script, the data, we read the data, we find the element or the aspects of conversation, and then we want to find the meaning behind it. So here, look at the videos. Here, I don't know. Can you just click on the link?
The video?
Yeah. Go to assessment. You just look at the this video. You can find the usage of these. But before finding this, before playing the video, let's say based on the results of the findings, let's say we found that there is these types of agency curves, assessment and agreement. Why do we use this agency curves? Usually the first speaker wants to express her feeling or opinion about the situation, and the second speaker either agree or disagree with the first speaker. This is one of the assessment. Let's say one of the aspects of let's say one of the types of agency curves. And let's see how the usage of these agency curves and this type of agency curve can be found in this conversation. Okay.
Oh, how do you transfer there?
You can sit, stop, okay.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
You can sit.
Use this here.
Not
اوكي ولا الشاشه ولا كده
Yeah. It's from the very beginning. Yes, of course. From the beginning. Just share the audio, please. Audio. Share the audio. Stop sharing. And reshare again. Click share sound.
Was that possible? I think they made a big mistake because I was fighting for the right of education right from the beginning when the Taliban stopped girls from going to school. But I had this little bit of fear that what would happen to me, how would I feel if someone attacks me. But after that incident when I was attacked, that fear just went away. And as I said in my speech at the United Nations, that my weakness, my fear, and my hopelessness died on that day. And I became stronger than before. And now I strongly believe that nothing can stop me in this mission, in this campaign, fighting for the right of education.
اقل ما مستوعب
Someone attacks me, but after that incident, not my fear just
You
went away.
really are so impressive and so inspirational, and I am so happy to have you here at Washington.
أو دليتك خلص شو بيكوا بس بقى أوديو أو دليتك أو أو دليتك أو ريموف أجزاء أو إذا بقى شو يبكوا
يشير اسلام
هذا
كان او ده يعني
So the video is here.
المنصرون دايما
I want to show you the prank here.
Why don't you scroll down? Scroll down. It's not the video. No, maybe you can put it on the other side of the presentation.
It's quite interesting.
Impressive and so inspirational, and I'm so happy to have you here. I love the documentary. I've read your book, and if you haven't, you must read this. It's quite a story. So you were shot at 15 years old, and you.
I think they made a big mistake because I was fighting for the right of education, right from the
Impressive
beginning
and
when the
so
Taliban
inspirational,
was going to
and I am
but I had
so
this
happy to
little
have you
bit
here. I love the documentary. I have read your book.
So, this is what I will. There are several types of justice that you can find in the conversation between the interview between and of course there is a reason behind each of these justice. For example, the first so for example, the first justice assessment agreement, usually in this type of justice the speaker uses to express her feeling toward the situation, and the second speaker can either agree or disagree. You can find this.
Can you enlighten me? It's not here.
Who's the first speaker? The interview with Malala.
Yeah, in Malala,
And the one.
of course, the interview. That's why we have assessment here. The interviewer expressed her feeling towards Malala,
Can you enlighten me?
and then she introduced her. Let's say a brief introduction, and then Malala agreed on what she said.
It's on the side of Facebook.
The second speaker, I mean Malala, so of course, and what's the purpose behind the interview? That's why we have assessment. The interviewer is to express his feelings, and she introduced how she is after the show. Malala agreed on what she said, and the second speaker, Malala. So, of course, what's the purpose behind the interview? That's why we have society to express how they will Composition analysis is used for natural composition.
Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. We are sorry that we were not able to take it for each. I think there's a problem with the system, but alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Let's take a picture for Mr. Adam and we come to the middle. Thank you. Now we have Mr. Alan with us.
Thank you for Mr. Roman Sawad for his presentation. Now we would like to ask Mr. Alan Mishar, he is online with us to present his presentation. Mr. Alan, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now we are going to allow you to share your screen with us and to present your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alan Hushiar from Erbil Polytechnic University. My study is about legal translation of divorce contract in Iraq and the USA, a comparative study. And my co-authors are Iman Hamza Uthman and Rafai Rashid Muhammad. The following study investigates the meaning and application of language for specific purposes translation, LSP, and application of it in legal texts. It first draws on a different account regarding the meaning of language for specific purposes translation and then moves to define legal texts. After that, the importance of text corpora and the understanding and analysis of LSP is tackled by drawing on its importance and application for language for specific purposes. And that is our method. The study ends with the comparative account of American and Arabic marital agreement by analyzing two actual samples of divorce contract. Let's go to the definition and purpose. According to Richards and Schmidt, different type of language uses can be distinguished depending on their communicative or functional properties. Language for specific purposes have many examples. For example, language which is used for particular and restricted type of communication, like medical reports, scientific writing, air traffic, or these kinds of writings. According to Plumbo, translation of text dealing with subject-specific knowledge using specialized terminology having a particular communicative purpose and addressing a specific audience. With the term language for specific purposes is usually used as an overarching term which includes the translation of...
Sorry for disturbing you. Just can you please open your camera? Is it okay?
Actually, I have some problems with my camera. That's why I closed it.
So it's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
According to Plumbo, translation of text dealing with the subject-specific knowledge using specialized terminology having a particular communicative purpose and addressing a specific audience. The term language for specific purposes is usually used as an overarching term which includes translation of papers or text related to different areas of specialization of language, scientific, like legal. According to Reis and Vermeer, texts with special terminology or use provides translators with an information offer which they have to decide how they interpret based on the function they want to achieve. Legal texts. They emphasize on the function or communicative aspect of translation. Takes special importance in the sense that there are some texts which are culturally specific, like the translation of legal texts. It's generally consensus among many translators that legal translation poses an especially particular difficulty due to the nature of such texts. Of course, I'm talking about legal texts, which is different from culture to another. The main problem found in legal translation is the fact that it's culturally specific in the sense that different cultures have different codes of law or rules. As an illustration about that, the legal treatment of marriage in Arabic world is totally different from that on the USA due to the effect of culture. Hickey generally defines legal texts as those that usually make or amend the law or regulate the relationship between persons. Post's declassification of legal texts includes 9 types, like those texts dealing with the regulation rules or states, or those that explain or interpret the commercial texts. According to Servier, who suggests 3 classes, I'm going to briefly talk about it, which is prescriptive, these kind of, that are prescriptive, and another class is descriptive, and another one descriptive but contain prescriptive. The role of corpus in analysis of the LSP. According to Sinclair, we have 6 traits. Communicative function is more important than the language used. 2, the corpus build should be represented of the language from the from the use, and special care should be exerted. 3, conservative analysis should be applied to those features. 4, corpus structure related to principles should not be a big number. 5, information in the text that is not that of the alphanumerical string of its word. 6, the language samples to be analyzed, including temples, or complete document or speech event with their entire transcript. 7, According to Rizzo, general corpus is designed to get a reference for contrastive analysis or to provide a descriptive of the general language. According to Collins, translators are supposed to be acquainted with how the type of the text affects the translation process due to the effect of each text type. Bears some distinctive language function, and a successful translation is that which meets that communicative function. According to Plumbo, language corpora stands for the collocation of texts put together in the principled way and prepared for the computer processing, which means the normal process. Now we go to the American Martial Agreement on legal language. Malkoff summarized that the characteristic of such language as follows. 1. Often uses common words, but with unconventional or common meaning or indications. 2. Often uses of Old English, Latin words or phrases. 3. Often uses words from Old French or Anglo-Norman. 4. Often uses of jargons, we can call it argot. 5. Often uses a lot of formal words in addition to the use of words or phrases which could have more than one meaning. 6. The expression words or style is often very precise. Krister and Devay point that English legal text contains a great amount of linguistic conservation, which is embodied in the instruction as like a judgment form of the court or report from the police or constitution or protocols or regulations. The two researchers also pointed out that legal texts can be described as being formalic and can be predicted and are written in the mathematical fashion. According to that, we found out that the layout of the English text of the USA contract text is long and it contains many pages. In addition of being sectionized, there are 12 sections: industry, provision, custody, visitation, child support, spousal support, property, family residence, retirement benefits, other property provision, other general provision, property warranty, and remedies, general provision, and signature and data. These are all included in the divorce contract of the US. I will show you in the end the sample. According to Lexis, which comes to the word of the phrases we used in the American Martial Agreement, there are reference words such as hereafter, hereby, herein, therefore, thereafter. It can be seen that there is a use of parties in reference to the husband or wife, or for the parents, they can call it the parties. The main module used is shall, in additional to having a lot of technical words such as custodial, commencing, allocated, hearing, and this use of technical phrases such as a proper showing, wage, assignment, assumed custody, be deemed part, etc. The structure, it can be seen that there is a use of variety of grammatical structure. They can use present simple, simple past, present perfect. It can also contain a comprehensive array of punctuation marks, and it's well punctuated. Let's go to the Arabic Martial Agreement. Legal language in Arabic has two principal foundations, two main principles, which is Islamic law and common law. Legal discourse has its own idiosyncratic feature and structure. The main characteristic of Arabic legal discourse is the reliance to the Islamic law and the common law. Arabic legal texts are special in that they have their own features and style. They make more use of grammatical cohesion through reference and conjunctions, and often structure that their English counterparts and less use of passive. In addition, they are not characterized by the use of archaic vocabulary and morphology. The two languages differ in their patterns and nominalization, creation of binomials, and their use of highlighted and text marks. Farati lists a number of features for the Arabic legal discourse as follows. First, the words are religious, very closely related to the culture. Formal make a lot of gender-based reference and contain a lot of archaic terms. Second, the structure contains nominalist passivization models of complex sentence, no clear boundary between sentences, inconsistency in term usage, punctuation, and the use of doubles and triples. Third, the text features contain a lot of lexical repetition, lot of reference, device, and conjunction and demonstration. And in our conclusion, we stated many points. Through this study, we found that language for specific purposes is distinguished by its use of special terms. These terms are related into a specific field of knowledge, and they can only be understood by specialists in this field. As a matter of fact, the term language for specific purposes is usually used as an overarching term which includes the translation of paper or text related to the different areas and specialized use of language, like in scientific papers or legal or technical or financial or other types of texts. Achieving a quality translation when dealing with the text of terminology nature is best achieving with the translators as well as aware. The translators have to be aware of the property of this text. In another sense, language for specific purposes is highly related to the corpus analysis. The concentration of the purpose or goal of texts or what they are training to communicate is the paramount importance when it comes to the legal texts, since these kinds of texts are related to the culture. In other words, each culture can own its own laws and regulation. It was noted, finally, it was noted above that American divorce contract used different words but with different meaning, Old English or Latin words or phrases on jargons and precise style. On the other hand, Arabic legal translation have heavily relate on Islamic law or common law of the area. Now I'll show you the two texts. This is the Arabic version of the divorce contract. If you look at it, it's all in one page. There's no section, no other pages. From the beginning till then, it's only one page. I have removed the names for the privacy matters. And now let's look at the USA contract. And it's an empty tablet. Look, we have table of content. We don't have that in the Arabic one. Okay, thank you. Actually, I was very hurry with it. I think I made my points in this time. Okay, any question?
Thank you very much, Mr. Alan, for a very informative.
The camera is pointing the audience way.
Yes, it's okay. For a very informative presentation. We will invite a few questions from the online audience as well as the physical audience present here. If anyone has a question, please. We'll have a few minutes for the questions.
Yes, please. Yes.
We have one question, please.
Thank you, Mr. for your presentation. It's a really interesting topic. But what are the difficulties one faces when we translate the Kurdish into English or from English into Kurdish? There are such legal documents. So what do you depend on? So can we find the terms that to be translated into Kurdish from any translate from English into Kurdish? So what are the difficulties that you find?
Thank you very much, Dr. Roshan, for your interesting question. Actually, I was expecting that, but our main problem in translation field that we don't have many sources of English, of Kurdish here. Till now, even the contracts that are made, the legal contracts in the courts, and till now they are written in Arabic. So, for example, if someone get a divorce and go to the court, there is 80% chance that even the judge will write everything in Arabic, not in Kurdish. This is the main problem. Second, we don't have sources. There is many sources, but they are not a lot. So this is the main problem. And that's the main reason that was why we made it from English and Arabic, not Kurdish. But in the future, I hope we can get more resources and we can do that.
So you mean that there is no Kurdish version?
We have a Kurdish version, but you cannot find many terminology for it.
Yeah.
You cannot find many sources to make research on it.
Yeah.
That's why.
Thank you very much.
We have one more question.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Masana, for your presentation. I have a question.
Yes.
Specialized in language, so why comparing Arabic with American? It should be Arabic with English, or I mean, languages with languages, nationalities with nationalities. So why
I literally didn't get the question. Sorry. The last part. Sorry.
You mean you're comparing between languages or comparing between nationalities? Because you said you're comparing, translating or comparing between documents, Arabic and American.
Yeah, this was the main idea of our work. We wanted to start with that, and after that, we're gonna change our course into Kurdish and make other. For example, my next step is with Mr. Rafai. He's here also with us. We wanted to make another comparative between German and Kurdish this time, but it will take a lot of time because we cannot find.
So you said German and Kurdish.
Yeah, but German the text that they are translating into English because it's Germanized English, not the German one exactly.
It should be Arabic and English, not Arabic and American. That was my point. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you very much. We have two options here for your certificate. Either you can come and claim it from the EFT department here,
yes.
Or alternatively we can email it to you. I don't know which option you would prefer.
Actually, my participation was online, so that's why this confusion would happen. No problem. I will come there and I will collect the certification. No problem.
Okay. See, we can make it a PDF and email to you if you like.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for participation. Now it's lunchtime.
Best time of the day.
Okay, I have a presentation in the afternoon. Analysis of nostalgia.
Sorry, the next session is not.
Since I was here for the second session, these two, the first one, he did not arrive.
Your assumption is that I'm going to be here in the second session. You're making an assumption that I'm going to be here.
You're not going to go here. I thought the teachers will stay, but the students
they're different.
switch.
Second session, Miss Marie, is not ours, right? We were finished.
I think we're finished, but I should be here. You are going to stay here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will leave this folder with you here. Mr. Allen can claim his certificate in Dr. Venera's office. So in the second session, if there were participants that didn't arrive, you can just put the certificates here in this folder. And it will be a total for both of the sessions, and you can take it to Ms. Venera's office. Okay. Thank you so much.
So I have another presentation in Dr. Spotman in 280. Yeah, 280. Okay. So do you need for me to have you to put the? No, it's okay. She went there and she put. Oh, okay. So I mean, first the presentation will be over there, and then I'll have. Then she will come. Have a joint one. Okay.